Dutch barn will make you think differently. It'll also fuck with your balance and coordination and ability to reason. Turn you into a right cunt.
When you see one of those documentaries on telly, like the 600-pound man or something, and he's being winched out of his house to go to hospital, right? If you're dangling from a crane, right, and you see a film crew, right, you know you fucked it. And then, you know, as I say, then they wake up the next day and they've had their legs amputated. It's really sad, and they're crying and I'm crying. They're going, oh, God, why did I let it go this far? I'm so stupid. Then they get philosophical about it and they go, I never really used the legs. And well, then it's lunchtime, and so, you know, and they go to the nurse, you didn't throw them legs away, did you?
What do you like to do when you're here in the city?
Well, eat, usually, because but we've had Christmas, and I put on £5 at Christmas. In fact, I tweeted, so I put on £5, fat shame me to get me out of it, and people were saying things like, how did you get Ricky Gervais into a shower? Grease the sides and throw in a cookie. So, right? Unbelievable. I saw a documentary back in England about this woman who was £350 because she ate 10 burger and fries a day. That'll do it. 10 separate meals of burger and fries. 10 separate trips to McDonald's, right? In a cab. Oh, didn't even walk that. Wasted calories, okay? So, to stop her eating these meals, they wired her jaw together. So she liquidized 10 burger and fries a day. Now she's on burger smoothies. Now she's not even chewing. That used up 3 calories. So lo and behold, she gets fatter. So they admitted her to have that thing done where you staple your stomach together. And she's sitting there in hospital, looking all depressed. Well, you can't eat for an hour before an operation, can you? Lank hair, smock. Christ knows where they got that, right? And she said, it's a really dangerous procedure, but it's the only option left. One, jogging. You don't even walk. Right. Salad. You don't like the taste. 3, 9 burger and fries a day. I was on a plane last year, okay, going from New York to LA, okay, and me and my girlfriend were one side of the plane, there was the aisle, and the other side there were these 2 huge fat women, okay, proper fat. One of them just got on and went, can I have a belt extension? Yeah, of course you can, you've earned it, right? So, proper. In fact, I was thinking of calling the pilot out and going, should one of us swap with one of them? Otherwise, we're just going to Canada. Do you know what I mean? And one of them was even fatter than the other one, okay? And she was there, and she'd got on the plane with one of those takeaway buckets of fast food. Bucket! I mean, there's your first clue. When did that happen? When did fat people just give up? When did they go into a shop and go, oh, fuck it, just treat me like a farmyard animal? Really? Give me it in a bucket. In fact, just strap it to my fucking head, and I'll just... A bucket? Really? You want your meal in a bucket? Yes. Right? So, she's there, and she's chowing down, right? And I swear, she turns to her fat friend and says, this is the best fried chicken I've had all day. Now, there's even a stigma, like doctors get in trouble for saying to someone, you're overweight or obese. They go, no, that's a political thing. No, it's like fat shaming. It's not fat, you don't get cancer shaming. He's trying to save your life, right? There was a school that tried to ban the word obese because they said it was derogatory to, I don't know what to call them, round children, right? But that's the polite word. That's the word we invented, so we didn't say fat little fucker. Don't keep changing words because one person gets offended. Also, fat people aren't offended by the word obese. They did it all. They're happy with it. They're jolly, aren't they? They're jolly. You know, you see a fat people go, all right, fatty. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Bloop, bloop, bloop. yeah. And they go to the doctor, come in. Bloop. Doctor goes, fuck me. Oh. Am I obese? No, you're morbidly obese. What does that mean? Means you're going to die of it. Oh, does it? All right. What, straight away or? No. You've got diabetes, so you're having your legs amputated soon. And then if you carry on, you'll die later with like stroke and respiratory heart failure. So, all right. Is there anything I can do? Oh, yeah, of course there is. You could start working out and eat healthy, you'll be right as rain. Oh, right. But you won't, will you? Particularly fat women, because fat is a feminist issue. Men get fat and we just go, fuck it, all bought and paid for, you know. We don't come under the same constraints of society, whereas women are inundated with images of how you should be, size 0 models, this diet, that diet, look like this, keep your man. And they make such an effort, don't they, fat girls? They've always got lovely hair, aren't they? They're always having their hair. They've all got lovely hair. Always got lovely hair. Always got those lovely false nails, haven't they? They make an effort. Anything but jogging, right? They love high heels, don't they? They think it makes their legs look less... It doesn't. It just... You can just hear them coming now. I don't want any fat people to feel uncomfortable at one of my gigs, so next time, buy 2 seats. I'm joking. I'm joking. Shut up. We have some fat people in Britain, but you, like everything else, are the gold medalists of that as well, right? You'd win that in the Olympics. I saw this episode of Jerry Springer. It was called Jerry Springer Saves the World's Fattest Man. You've got to watch that. So he's there going, okay, let's try and save this guy's life. He's got a heart of gold as well. He's like me, right? So it cut to this guy at home in his house. They couldn't bring him to the studio. They had a camera crew there. And I say house, he was in a trailer, obviously. And he was. He was like a big blob on the bed. He sort of filled the trailer. He looked like an uncooked souffle. And you could just see like his eyes in this doughy mess. And he was going, I don't want to die, Jerry. I don't want to die. And I felt sorry for him. I got over that. And they said, how much do you weigh? And he weighed 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds. Now, my point is this. When he weighed himself one day and he was, say, 500 pounds, didn't he think then that was a lot? Didn't he go, that's a lot? For a human? For what is essentially a land mammal? That's a lot. I'll only have 8 breakfasts today.
When we were kids and we'd sneak out with your parents' vodka, laying grass fields, watch shooting stars, yeah. We were good.
I'm fat, I'm overweight. Do you know why? Because I eat and drink too much. That's what does it. I don't judge fat people, I just know how they got fat. If I see a fat person, I go, well done. You know, you've eaten way more than you'll ever need, same as me, right? If I see a fat couple, I go, yeah, that works, right? But then as they're walking along, right, and you see their little fat toddlers, and you go, that's not fair, right? And the mother always goes, they love cake. Of course they love cake. They're baby mammals. We're the same species as we were like 200,000 years ago. We've got a hunter-gatherer brain, right? All this affluence is so much faster than our human biology. So when you get one of those cakes from the supermarket that's packed with fats and sugar, your brain goes, fucking hell, that's amazing. Keep eating that. There might not be food tomorrow. But there will be food tomorrow. The fridge is full and your mum's on the phone to Ocado. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it, but I do an awful lot for charity. But I think some causes are more worthy than others. Joking aside, obviously cancer is a very worthy cause, autism's a very worthy cause. But I got asked to do a benefit gig recently for sufferers of obesity. What? She went, sufferers of obesity. I went, do you mean fat people? She went, no, because obesity is, well, she actually went, no, because she was eating. She went, no, just, you know, between snacks, like, and she went, obesity is a disease. No, it's not, is it? You just like eating, don't you? No, it's not, is it? How is that a disease? Oh, I'm so fucking ill. I'm well ill. I'm well ill. Oh. I said, what's the disease? She went, everything tastes good. Everything? Yeah. Not salads. It's not a disease, is it? Leprosy is a disease. Can you imagine Jesus in the temple? People shuffling up to him in bandages going, Jesus, my face is falling off. I can't stop now. There's a fat chick on her third tie. People say, they make excuses, don't they, fat people? They say, it's glandular. It's not glandular, it's greed, okay? It's big bones. Yeah, big bones covered in meat and gravy. They complain, and it's their own fault. Oh, I'm getting fat. Oh, look, I'm getting fat. Oh, aeroplane seats. They're not big enough for someone like me. No, they're not. Because if they were, we'd only get 12 fucking people on the plane. It's not fair. It is fair. That's what does it. And if we're talking about fairness and aeroplanes, why is it I get the same luggage allowance as a guy who's 400 pounds? We're both allowed to carry on 32 kilograms to the plane. I want to go, no, he used up his 32 kilograms on his tits.
Right, last one, come on guys. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it, I didn't, you did it.
To begin, I just want to congratulate Harvey.
I'd like to thank Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey and Bob Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. And then Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. Harvey and Bob Weinstein.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein.
I want to thank Harvey and Bob Weinstein, my agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
World got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her... Furball. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? But as I say, I'm going to be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but... I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but is the star of the hilarious comedy The Martian. Oh, he nearly died. Right. He's also the only person who Ben Affleck hasn't been unfaithful to. Please welcome Matt Damon.
Thank you.
Who cares about movies anymore? No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we've got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
Be so shy, just tell me what you like. All day, all night, I'll keep you satisfied. Come to my place, strip down and take a shot. All day, all night, I'll keep you satisfied.
Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So... It's already 3 hours long. Excellent. Spotlight has been nominated. Yeah. The Catholic Church are furious about the film as it exposes the fact that 5% of all their priests have repeatedly molested children and been allowed to continue to work without punishment. Roman Polanski called it the best date movie ever. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. Look, it was. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know. You're nearly 50, son. Hello, and welcome to this DVD extra. I suppose it should be called Meet Carl Pilkington 2. We did a little bonus feature for my politics DVD, where we talked about politics, obviously, and that sort of introduced you to the world. That was put on YouTube, and it's had like 1 million hits. So I think, you know, it's time we did that again, but around science, a subject that, if possible, you know less about than you did about politics, in a way.
I reckon I do know more about science.
What is science?
It's in everything, isn't it? You can't avoid science.
It's interesting because people who believe in God say that about God. He's in everything.
No, but this is like proper. This is, you know, if people want to believe in God, that's all right. But science is, without science, you wouldn't have any of this.
Well, it's almost the antithesis, isn't it? That if you believe in the magic of, you know, God,
and all his impossibilities and theological, and that's science looks at hard empirical facts.
See, all that went right off my head. I'm into science. I'm into the weird science. I like the fun of it. There's a lot of fun in science.
Let's start at the beginning, the Big Bang. Okay, here, what do you think of this? An atom, right, is mostly nothing. One analogy is it's like a fist in the Albert Hall. So an atom, the size of the Albert Hall, the matter part of it, okay, the nucleus would be a fist. The rest is space, okay? That's one thing. With a fly buzzing around it as the electron, just
That's
a
great.
charge. Now, when we look at it on that scale, it's easy to understand that all matter that exists, everything in this universe, was once in the space many, many times smaller than an atom.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't. No one, most people watching this are going, I don't get that. My head hurts. What else is on?
Everything in the universe could be crammed into the tiniest thing imaginable. And that was sitting there in the beginning of time, right? 15 billion years ago, right? And then it expanded into a universe in a few minutes.
But was there minutes then?
No.
So we don't know then. We don't know how long it took. Not that it matters, I'm not bothered. It's here now. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's all amazing, that. The Big Bang thing. I've said to you, was it a Big Bang, or was it just because there was nothing else there to drown out the noise? At the end of the day, it's that whole thing, innit? The noise. Was there even a noise if no one's there to hear it? Don't be worrying about all that stuff. Leave it to Stephen Hawking to do it. Of course he can sit there and think about it. He's got nothing else to do. Let him get online. It's great to think. I like thinking, but my world's too busy. I've always got to be doing other things. He's sat there just thinking. I'd be the same if I was in his shoes. Exactly the same. Thinking. But he's done that much thinking. He's thinking about things now he doesn't need to think about. Pack it in, Steve. Have a rest. Play Pac-Man. Do whatever. Just do something else. Stop worrying about the Big Bang. He's wasting his life thinking about something that doesn't matter. We don't need to know the answer.
He's wasting his life thinking about something that doesn't matter. Good.
It doesn't matter, does it? In your life of things that matter, where would you put the Big Bang?
No, but then where do you
we're not
draw
here
the
for
line?
long enough. Well, we're not here for long
But then
enough.
nothing matters then, does it? So
Yeah, it does, yeah.
What
Things
does?
matter.
What matters?
Well, keeping people happy.
Okay.
Looking after people.
So keeping them happy could be giving them life-saving drugs, or feeding a starving world, or letting someone become mobile that was otherwise immobile.
And that's fine. But you're talking about space. When did it start? Where does it end? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It goes on and on and on and on. We know that. Atoms, they're not getting in the way. Stop worrying about them. I read something about some scientists trying to smash one up. What for? They're not in the way. If they were big and I kept bumping into them, smash them up. Break them down. Make gravel out of them.
Make atoms so tiny that they're only gravel.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's not an issue. And
Right.
there's loads of problems in the world. There is loads of problems. You may mention them all, the starvation, all that, and someone's faffing about with an atom. That isn't going to sort anything out.
Some people say mathematics is the tool of science. You need maths to do anything in science of precision.
I believe that. You do. I like doing DIY. I've told you, there's a lot of maths involved. Accuracy.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay, just taking it slightly even more accurate than DIY. microsurgery, putting a man on the moon. The figures had to be
pointless.
Yeah?
Yeah. Again, you see, if we didn't have the numbers, that wouldn't have happened. But all we've done is create something else we didn't need because of something else we've got. We didn't have to put man on the moon. What was he doing? What did he do? Nothing. Has he been back? No, he hasn't. He didn't enjoy it. No one else has gone up there. The only reason, the thing that I've thought of recently when I thought that would be good to go into space again is to get rid of rubbish. That's what I'd do. They're always going on about landfill and everything. It's not good. We can't get rid of all this. Shoot it up there. Stick it into space. It's expanding. There's loads of space. Stick all the shit up there. Don't be sending a man up. I heard that one of them astronauts knocking a golf ball about on the moon. Leave your golf clubs at home and take some shit up with you and tip it.
Yeah, but do you know how much fuel is needed to get a kilogram of something up out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space?
He had a golf club with him, a golf ball.
Okay, but how much rubbish do you think we can really get rid of?
As much as you want.
But how much fuel does it take? I mean, it's a matter of economics as well. Think of the fuel that would take a bin bag full up into space would far outweigh that bin bag being on Earth.
But they keep going into space now. They're not going to the moon. They knock around space, messing with satellites.
Right.
Less astronauts. A couple of bin bags. Chuck some shit up there. And what's good with it is it won't break up. It'll just keep circling. And up there, then, space isn't space anymore. It'll be like a museum. Because there'll be old stuff from years ago. At the moment, we don't save anything, do we? It's all about recycling. Everything's destroyed. There's no evidence of the past. Go into space, it'll be like Antiques Roadshow of shit from the years gone by.
Right. I'd like to see this episode. That's mental, Carl.
It's not mental.
It is mental. How would you get the rubbish up there?
In the rocket.
Yeah, but you don't know anything. Do you know how much fuel it takes to burn?
They're going up anyway. I'm just saying, at least if they're going up there, do something. Do something different. It's space. There's nothing in space. Well, let's put something there. That's what we do as humans. We don't like plain space. We fill it. That's what we do. So just chuck some shit into space. That's all I'm saying. If you're up there, get rid of a few bin bags.
Brilliant. That's space.
There's nothing... Don't you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing...
Yeah, but it's mental. It's everything's wrong with it. It's once again a terrible, flawed theory.
Time machines, they're funny. That's science.
Well, we're sort of going into the future, aren't we, all the time, by definition?
Every day we are, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm talking about people want to do big leaps, don't they?
Yeah.
I met a scientist once, you know, old fella I met, proper scientist. He said he'd love to get in a time machine.
Patrick Moore?
No, Wolf. Heinz Wolf.
All right.
I met him, he said, I'd love a time machine.
Where would he go, back or
Yeah,
forwards?
back. He said he wanted to go back, because he asked me, he said, where do you want to go? And I said, I think I picked a holiday that I had.
So you went back 5 or 6 years?
Because I knew exactly what I'd be going back to. I enjoyed that week. I'd be going back, I wouldn't have to pay for that holiday, I've already paid for it. It's not like I'm turning up and someone's going, get out, you shouldn't be here. I was there.
So you're going back because you reckon you'll save 400 quid?
Like it's 250. It was a bargain. In Mallorca, a villa, swimming pool, 3 bedrooms.
That's what you'd use a time machine for?
I'm just saying, why do people always have to jump so far
So
back?
hold on then, let me get this straight. Are you going back and it's you now and you've had that 5 years and you're loving it, oh, I remember doing this, or are you going back and just reliving it like a memory and no one knows the difference and nor do you? It's like you're just doing it and then you have to...
No, everybody there doesn't know I've gone back in time.
Right. So you've come from the future then?
Yeah, but they don't know that.
No, I know, but you're in your body then, you look like you did then, but actually it's Carl 5 years on.
Yeah, but I'm having the same holiday and I'm going to enjoy it more.
So you're not coming back with going like, oh, Rita, go and get that checked out.
No.
And no?
Just having a holiday. But the weird thing is, this professor bloke, he wanted to go back. He said he wanted to go back when, like, cavemen were knocking about to see how they sort of mooched about and how they survived.
See, that to me is more interesting than going back on a holiday I've already had. I'll be honest.
You wouldn't go back to being a caveman. You'd hate it. You'd be going, oh, God, send me back. And they go, no, you've got to stay here for a bit. It's an expensive machine.
Like 10,000 years.
Yeah. I don't understand. I wouldn't want to go forward either.
So when you went back, so suppose you went back to caveman times, right? You are you, right? You'd fit in fine.
Well, I'd be brilliant. Yeah. I'd be the king.
Maybe.
No, I would.
Right. What would you do then? How would you?
Like you said, they'd be worried.
They go.
Yeah. Right.
Slightly different, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's exactly the same. We haven't changed bodily. I've got a pair of pants on.
Right. So you go back naked so you'd fit in?
No. Because I'd look all pale and...
No. You would go back naked, or they would take your pants off. The first thing they do, if you went there with pants, they would rip your pants off.
No, they wouldn't.
They would. You can't go back with pants on. You've got to go back naked. It's summer. They're walking around naked. Why would you go with pants on? Before you get in the time machine, you'd have to take your pants off.
No, because I want to come across like I'm something from the future.
Okay.
So I walk in. They're going, whoa.
What are they doing? What do they say?
They just can't believe it. They're going, what's going on?
What do you say?
I say, I'm just visiting.
What are you wearing then? What are you wearing?
This. I've gone like this.
Okay. They would definitely want to see...
No, they wouldn't.
They would.
They wouldn't, because they're sick of seeing it. To them, it's like being on a nudist beach. They're no longer looking at cock and bollocks and tits and arse. They're seeing it every day. To them, it isn't weird. To me, I'll probably be looking at them and put some pants on. I don't understand why they couldn't do that, really. I think they did the wheel before the pants.
Really?
Yeah, I think they did.
Biology. The life sciences. Isn't it amazing that we're here? That anything is here? That we're having a chat now in front of these cameras for a DVD extra. And we started off as a single cell blob, a little thing that had the right temperature in the right compound, the right minerals, ultraviolet. A little thing happened. This little nucleus. It was just a cell. Okay?
But I don't like thinking about that.
And then it divided, then it...
Yeah.
Got a skin, and then...
Yeah. I don't want to know. You know, when people get in touch from Friends Reunited, I go, that was 20 years ago, I don't want to know.
Right.
So I certainly don't want to know about 30 million years ago.
Okay.
I want my little time zone that I'm born, I live, and I die in.
Okay.
That's all I can worry about.
It doesn't fascinate you at all. It doesn't fascinate you at all.
It's amazing, but it hurts your head, doesn't it? I don't like it.
Just by chance, something happened, a genetic mutation, and then that was chosen by nature. It worked. It survived. Okay.
But certain things work, and they're not that impressive. Like slugs. You always say, "Well, it's evolved." It hasn't evolved.
Okay. We share about 70% of our genetic material with a slug.
What's 70%?
Well,
what 70% has that got that I've got?
It's got 70%.
I've coughed up stuff that looks like a slug. If that's a 70% you're talking about, but there is nothing else, nothing in a slug.
There is.
Nothing.
You share DNA with an onion.
I've heard that.
That's the roundness of the head, probably. I'm telling you that the slug has about 70% of the same genetic material as the human species. We're that close. We're that close. All the hard work was done then, in terms of like getting it right. A slug got it right. A slug is as evolved as us. It's perfect.
It's not perfect.
Why? Okay.
Definitely not perfect.
Why? Why isn't it perfect?
It's just not great. I've had to deal with slugs a lot when they were like blocking up my shower.
Right.
There was a gang of them in the tube. How can they be as evolved as me? What are they doing? Sat there, just all mushified.
Mushified. Right. Talk me through it. What happened?
Just was having a shower and the shower basin filled up. I was
Right.
like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I got a plunger.
Right.
Sort of bits of black stuff. I'm thinking, what is this? Had to unscrew the plug hole bit. Couldn't quite get down there.
Yeah.
Had to take the tiles off the side of the shower thing.
Right.
Got in there, unscrewed it all, got the pipe. Just slugs all in there. All sat in there, blocking it up. Don't know how they got in there. But that's what I'm saying to you. They don't know what they're doing. What they're doing knocking about in there. Get out! Now, what are they doing? I don't know to this day what they do. I watch insects, you know I like insects.
They survive. That's what they do. They're chosen
Yeah, but
by
they
nature.
don't know. There's another one. There's loads of insects knocking about the house. There's a spider in the outside shed.
It's not an insect, nor is a slug. Slug is a mollusk, a spider's an arachnid.
Alright.
Okay.
Spider's in the cupboard outside.
Right.
I'm not joking. It's been there now for about 2 years.
Right.
Could be 3.
Okay.
Same one. It's quite big.
Right.
Just sits there in the corner.
Right.
I go in. I smash its web up.
Why?
Because I don't want it there.
Right, fine.
I don't want to kill a spider.
Right.
But I'm sort of saying, I'm wrecking your house. If you move, there's no problem, move. I go back, it's built its web again. Just
Right.
sat there like that. Doing nothing. What is the point?
Well, it's not doing nothing, is it?
Well, it's building its house every
It's
time I wreck
hunting.
it.
It's hunting.
It's not even doing that.
Well, it is. That's what it. That's how it does it. It's made a web, and things fly into it. Then it wraps them up, sucks the juice out.
But
Right.
for what? To then sit in this shed?
What
It's
are
not
you
of
doing?
existence.
What
Why
are you-
didn't it go?
But you're eating. You're staying in your flat. You want to go back to Mallorca 5 years ago. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, it depends. I've been...
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in another billion years? You'll be the slug. The human race could be the slugs. There could be this amazing being that evolved from us going, what are they doing? People go, well, you know, 70% of their genetic material. You don't know how it's going to go. You stood on the shoulder of giants. You stood on a few slugs, you told me, in your flat. But we share our ancestry with those slugs. We are related to slugs.
I have never watched Who Do You Think You Are? And we've gone in your family tree. Do you know Terry the Slug? He's a great uncle of yours. We don't need to know where we've come from. And nobody would want to hear that either on that programme. You would not want to hear that.
Yeah, but you're...
It's nothing to do with us.
Oh.
It's happened. It's all an accident.
But it's a matter of degrees. Your brother. Right, okay. Very close to you. Your
I
cousin.
haven't seen him for about 12 years.
Okay, genetically speaking. Couldn't get closer, okay? It's the closest you can be. A brother, a son, a mother. Except a clone. An identical twin, okay? So, cousin, a bit less. Great cousin. Bloke round the world. Chimp. Marmot. Mouse. Bird.
I don't know what you're doing now. You're just saying words at me. What's a marmot?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you're related to him. You're related to him. With all our evolution, now we can sit around doing Sudoku and inflaming our mind and inventing art and stuff. So I want to use scientific method. Let's use a bit of logic, okay? I'll give you a couple of conundrums because I want to see how you've evolved, okay? There's 2 children sitting on a bench.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a boy and a girl. Okay?
They're the kids on the bench.
Yeah.
There's a boy and a girl sat on a bench.
Yeah. The blonde-haired child
Yeah.
says, I'm a girl.
Right.
The brown-haired child says, I'm a boy. At least one of the children are lying. Which one's the boy and which one's the girl?
But what else can I see there? Can I tell by the way they look, or am I blind?
No, you can't see.
I'm blind.
Yeah, you can't see. I'm telling you. There's still the information you need.
And they actually sound, I can tell by voice.
No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm telling you, okay?
So hang on. Say
Two
this
children
is
sitting on
your-
a bench, right?
You've come to me. I haven't seen these.
No.
And I've not heard them. You've come
No,
to me and
yeah.
said, I've just been in the park.
Yeah.
Say again. I've just been in the park.
Yeah.
And I've seen
Yeah.
a lad and a girl. One had brown hair, one had blonde hair.
Yeah. The blonde-haired child said, I'm a girl.
Yeah.
The brown-haired child said, I'm a boy. At least one of them is lying. Which one's the girl and which one's the boy?
I don't know.
Well, think.
I don't want to.
Why don't you want to?
I don't want to work it out.
It's a very easy one. Just think through the scenarios in your head.
I'm a girl. Who said that? The brown-haired one. I'm a
No,
girl.
the blonde-haired one said, I'm a girl.
One of them is lying.
Yeah, at least one of them is lying.
The lad.
So just the boy is lying.
Oh, both of them are.
Well, they've got to be both lying, haven't they? Why?
Because there's a boy and a girl there. One of them's saying they're a girl, one's saying they're a boy.
Yeah, so if one of them's lying,
But they're both lying.
they have to be both lying. So the blonde-haired kid's a boy.
Right.
See?
But what are you doing with that?
Because it trains the mind to think logically, to think through it. That's imposing a scientific method.
Reading about you, it's always an element of humor or comedy, even in your mother's funeral.
My dad's, yeah, my mum and dad's funeral. We were mucking around. Even when my mum died first, and it was a long, horrible illness. It was lung cancer. It was lung cancer, and it was dreadful. I mean, the worst situation you can imagine. It was dreadful. So there was a certain amount of relief afterwards. She was out of pain and everything.
How long did she have it for?
A year. It was dreadful. I remember, it was dreadful. But when we were organising the funeral, the vicar said to my brother, "And tell me something about your mother. What was she?" And my brother, just mucking around, said, "She was a keen racist." Right. And the vicar went, "Oh, I can't put that." He went, "I'll put gardening then." And then he gave the vicar the wrong names of the kids, so when he read out that we all laughed, the wrong names. And at my dad's funeral, I went prepared. I got loads of nieces and nephews. And I went, and they all started sort of crying, and I handed out tissues. And then they all started laughing because I'd written things like "stop snivelling" and whinging. And the vicar was looking at us laughing during his funeral. We explained to him afterwards. But yeah, no, that's exactly that's exactly what humour's for. Yeah.
Tell me about Derek. Derek is your new series.
Yeah.
Or your latest series.
Yeah.
And he's a quite different guy. He's very different from David Brent.
Yeah.
The Office.
It's funny because I still deal with sort of like, flawed characters, and I suppose sort of these are more outsiders. But the flaws of the characters I usually delved into with like people like David Brent or Andy Millman. It was their own fault. It was ego or ambition or jealousy. Whereas with these guys, it's superficial stuff. It's like bad hair, a shuffle, a funny voice, and that was because I wanted it to be superficial and something important could come along and trump it all, which was kindness or compassion or caring. And I put it against an old people's home because I always try and write about what I know. And about 6 of my family, my mum, my sister-in-law, her kids now, they worked in care homes. So I sort of had that backdrop. And again, they'd come in with stories that were some were really sad, and some are really funny, and some were really sweet. And I remember first watching Derek, they'd say, is it a comedy or a drama? And I went, well, what's your life? It's a bit of everything, isn't it?
You're doing a new movie, writing it yourself. I saw you like that.
Yeah, called Life on the Road, and it's David Brent trying to be a pop star.
I'm not trying to get to the Derek.
Sorry, I've just ruined your flow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had this
sorry.
wonderful
Sorry, I'm sorry, Freddie.
Are you in charge?
Well, I used to be.
Sorry.
Can you get me a beer? Because they said they wouldn't
This is
allow
like a
beer.
band.
Do we have some beer?
He's in charge, see?
Freddie, you're
I
in
have
charge.
coffee.
Claim it back. I'm so sorry.
Never mind.
It's yours.
I have another show next
Do
week.
the intro.
You can cut this bit out.
We'll pretend. We'll pretend there's the...
Yes.
Yeah.
OK.
So we're going to watch a clip from Derek now.
They're laughing, they know, see? This is never going to cut together. It's going to cut straight from your interview to this clip.
Yeah, I know.
Your terrible trauma, and then you go, anyway, Derek. It's the number, honestly, the number of shows I've done where I'm going on to do something about a comedy or a children's book, and the person before me is just one of the first shows I ever did. It was like a daytime show, and they said, coming up next, the hilarious Ricky Gervais and his funny menagerie, Flanimals. But first, why do teenagers self-harm? And then there's this one, and I had to go out there. It was just dreadful. It always happens. It always happens to me. You did it on purpose, didn't you? They got kidnapped on purpose just to ruin.
Take a look at this. This is a clip from Derek.
I goes, whoops, sorry. And people goes, oh, don't worry about it, Derek. Accident. But if I drops a baby or sits on it, whoops, sorry, isn't it? No.
I actually think like that. When someone says, do you want to hold it? I just think, wait, no, what if I drop it? You know, so, yeah.
How are you with you chose not to have kids?
Yeah, but I've got loads of nieces and nephews, and they're having kids now, and...
So how are you with them? Are you good
with kids? A working-class family. I'm a great-great-uncle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not like it's...
They're like mice. No. Yeah. Yeah. I come home for Christmas and they're through the pockets and everything, coughing on you. I'm always ill after I visited my family. 13 kids. Oh, that's it. I lose weight after Christmas where I've got some sort of illness. No, I love kids. Other people's. I love other people's.
You don't want it.
You can play with them and go, right, that's enough. I'm off.
So one final question, because we've been talking about her getting married. Are you ever getting married? Because you've been with the same woman like for...
Yeah, 30 years. Well, we are sort of married.
30 years?
Yeah.
What's it, 18, 30, OK,
yeah.
so he's...
But we are sort of married. It's just, you know, I mean, I don't really see the point in a ceremony. You know, we share everything. Everything's in both our names. It's, you know... I don't want our families to meet. That wouldn't work. That'd be like Game of Thrones. Yeah, we got loads of toasters. We don't need to get married.
Ricky, it's great to have you here. We're going to have another guest on. Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Here is Ricky Gervais.
Why did the little girl fall off the swing? Because she had no arms.
Yeah, right? I'll leave you with one final story, right? It's another true story. If I say they're true, by the way, they are. I promise, they're all true. And this is probably my favourite school story ever. It was 1976 again, so I was about 14. And we had a kid in our class called Gary Masterman. And Gary developed Tourette's syndrome. Like, every sentence had a swear word in it. He had a tic. Because we learned all about it in assembly. Gary was up there. All the teachers knew him. All the kids knew him. He was a popular lad, right? And, yeah, nice guy, Gary Masterman. But sometimes his tics seemed relevant. And I'll never forget, we were having this lesson with a young female teacher called Miss Wilkie. She was at the blackboard, and she was doing those calling out suggestions. I can't remember what it was about, but she'd go, Simon, what do you think? Yeah, that's good. Yes, that works, yeah. Brian, what do you... Yeah, good, yeah. And she went, Gary. He went, I'll finger you, miss. And she just went, anyone else? And she pointed to Sean Dixon, and Sean went, yeah, I'll finger you. Try and explain to someone every day what freedom of speech means, particularly in the context of comedy, and particularly in the context of a joke, that a joke about a bad thing isn't as bad as the bad thing. It's not even necessarily condoning the bad thing. It could be anti the bad thing. It depends on the actual joke. And this woman said, you should never make jokes about food allergies. I should have left it, right? I sent back, I make jokes about AIDS, cancer, famine, and the Holocaust, right? And you're telling me I should never joke about food allergies. She sent back, yes, but the Holocaust didn't kill children. Well, it did, didn't it? It was horrible, the Holocaust. Some would say as bad as food allergies. Did anyone have a pedo teacher when they were at school? Yes, yeah. Round of applause for pedo teachers, yeah. That's another thing. I think where people are now trying to be so politically correct, they're trying to out-woke each other. Soon someone's going to say, you can't say pedo anymore. It's a derogatory term. It offends people who are child addicted, right? So you're going to have people going to the doctor going, Doctor, I think I'm child addicted, right? And doctor go, oh, you poor thing. How do you feel? I feel like I want to fiddle with kids. That is one of the symptoms. Don't worry, sit down. We'll get you into a facility at taxpayers' expense, right? And we'll wean you off children. How does that work, doctor? Well, you know, like when they give heroin addicts methadone, yeah? Well, we're going to start you on dwarves, right? It might work. It might. My mum, she was the salt of the earth, but she just said what she wanted, right? And she'd do anything for you, but she reserved the right to moan about it. So, growing up, right, our next-door neighbour, Mrs. Dawson, she was about 25 years older than my mum. So when my mum was 60, this old lady was already like 85, 86, and my mum was the last living witness to her existence. She lives alone, and my mum did everything for her. Right? She went shopping for her, she did the housework, she went round, made her lunch and sat with her for a while, she went back, made her tea, and this went on and on. I remember calling home once, my mum was like 70, and I went, oh, I called earlier, you were out. And my mum went, yeah, I was in Dawson's. And I went, oh, how is she? And my mum went, oh, she just won't die, Rick. I was on a plane last year, okay, going from New York to LA, okay, and me and my girlfriend were one side of the plane, there was the aisle, and the other side, there were these two huge fat women, okay, proper fat. One of them just got on and went, can I have a belt extension? Yeah, of course you can, you've earned it, right? So, proper. In fact, I was thinking of calling the pilot out and going, should one of us swap with one of them? Otherwise, we're just going to Canada. Do you know what I mean? And one of them was even fatter than the other one, okay? And she was there, and she'd got on the plane with one of those takeaway buckets of fast food. Bucket! I mean, there's your first clue. When did that happen? When did fat people just give up? When did they go into a shop and go, oh, fuck it, just treat me like a farmyard animal? Really? Give me it in a bucket. In fact, just strap it to my fucking head and I'll just... A bucket? Really? You want your meal in a bucket? Yes. Right? So, she's there and she's chowing down, right? And I swear, she turns to her fat friend and says, this is the best fried chicken I've had all day. But one thing that isn't ambiguous, whether it's nature or nurture, is racism, right? No one's born racist. You've got to learn that shit, okay? And, again, I don't want to divide the room. I'm not a fan of racism. No, hear me out. I don't care whether you're black, white, brown, European, African... You're all going, yeah, that's all right, Rick. Black, white, brown, European, African. What about the fucking Eskimos? Racist, right? They're fucking weird, Rick. They are not weird. They're just different. They live in the snow. Yeah, that is their little house, the snow. So, right? Yeah, they wear a dead sea lion for their clothes. Yes, that's their clothes, a dead sea lion, right? But here's the thing about racism, right? You drag one out of his little hole in the snow and peel him out of his sea lion outfit, right? And he's standing there naked. You take a closer look, he's basically a cold Chinaman. I told this joke. Made sure the old people couldn't hear, like that. I went, OK. Father, sitting at home, just reading the newspaper. This little girl comes running in. She's only 6. Hello, darling. Hello, Daddy. You've been playing? Yeah. In the park? Yeah. With your friends? Well, until the man came along. Till the man came along? Yeah, a man came along and he asked my friends to leave, so it was just me and him. Darling, come over. Whatever happened, none of it was your fault, okay, darling? None of it was your fault. But tell Daddy every detail. What happened?
He took me behind a tree so no one could see what we were doing. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? He took my dress off. Oh, God, what happened next? What happened? He took his thing out. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? Nothing, that was it. Oh, well, make something up. But I'm a considered comedian. I like my jokes to be accurate and my targets to be fair. So I was engaging these people. I was saying, why is it transphobic? And they were saying, it's about a trans person. I said, well, that's ridiculous. That's like saying a joke about Bill Cosby is automatically racist. It depends on the joke. But I was talking to them, I'm willing to learn, and I found out my crime was that I dead named her. Now, I'd never heard that term, you know, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name and even acknowledging that she used to be a man. But she did. I saw him on the Olympic Games. It was decathlete. It was in everything. He was all over the place. Shot put and pole vault. He won a medal. He was famous. He was on telly all the time. But, you know, a big, famous man with a huge, I don't know, but I mean, I'm guessing he's a big, but I've learnt my lesson. Now, I'd never dead name her now. Now I know it's wrong, I'd never dead name her now. But like years ago, when, you know, she was a man, that was years ago, I'm saying, right, and she went to the doctor, right, and knocked on the door, and the doctor went, come in. This is years ago. I'm saying, I'd never dead name her now, but this is like a flashback before anyone... Do you know what So, look, come in, and he went, hello, Bruce Jenner, because that was his name then. The doctor, you know, this was years ago, and the doctor went, oh, I'm Bruce Jenner, you big old... How you doing, boy, you fucker? How you doing? You big old lunt. Oh, how you doing, boy? Come here, you fucker. How you doing, Brucey boy? You all right? Right? And Bruce Jenner, because that was his name, this is years ago, right? So Bruce Jenner went, yeah, not too bad, doctor, yeah. Not too bad, right? And I went, what can I do for you, Bruce? Yeah, fucker, how you doing, boy? And Bruce Jenner went, because that was his name, Bruce Jenner went, look at that. And I went, oh, come on, Bruce Jenner, you know the rules. He uses his whole name every time for some reason, I don't know why. Come on, Bruce Jenner, you fucker, you know the rules. You can't bring your big old pole vaulting pole in here, mate, you know. And Bruce Jenner went, no, that's not my pole vaulting pole, that's my enormous penis. And I thought, oh, right, yeah, seeing as it is your penis, you can bring it in here. But you should have left your shot puts outside. And Bruce Jenner went, that was his name for 58 years, I think. He went, no, they're not my shot puts, they're my enormous testicles. That's where I get my testosterone and my spunk and shit, right? And the doctor went, oh, yeah, that makes perfect. I'm a medical man, and that you're a big bloke. Oh, you fucker. How you doing, boy? You're a big... You're big, and you would have a big old cock and balls. They're beautiful. They're a bit familiar, isn't it? And I go, no, but you must be very proud of them, Bruce. Bruce Jenner went, oh, this is going to surprise you, doctor. I want to get rid of them. And the doctor went, what? Why? Ah, they get in the way. Get in the way of what? Fucking driving, for one thing.
Please welcome Ricky Gervais. Hi, good to see you. How are you?
Good. Hello. Oh, wow. Lovely.
You're all in black.
Fantastic to have you here.
Lovely to be back.
We've been talking about the new Baywatch movie. I I thought I would ask you, who are you?
Why wasn't I in it?
Exactly. I mean, who are you on a beach?
Oh, oh, God. I don't do beaches anymore. I don't like sort of just... I used to, when I was younger, sit around trying to get a tan, but it's just so boring now. And I can't stand people, so I don't want to go to a beach.
What would you say is your perfect comfort zone? Where's that?
Sitting at home, in my pants, getting drunk. That's every night, though. So this is a nice change for me to have, for me to be dressed. No, my idea of a night out is a night in. Honestly,
Yeah.
if someone like they'll say, "Oh, we're in town for a couple of days. Do you want dinner?" I go, "Oh, okay, right." And they say 8:30. I go 6 o'clock. I want to be home by 8 o'clock.
Your show that you're touring with now is called Humanity.
It is indeed.
And I wonder, are you an optimist on behalf of humanity?
I think so. I think I'm an optimist in general. I think everything will be okay. You try your best, and I think it'll probably be okay in the long run. Am I an optimist for humanity? I don't know. All joking aside, I think I've probably lived through the best 50 years of humanity. In 1965 to 2015, reached the peak of civilization on everything, on freedoms, on communication, on tolerance, on medicine, and now it's sort of taken a downward turn. This last year hasn't been so good. There's always been, and it's true, my opinion is worth as much as your opinion, but people started thinking that my opinion was worth as much as your facts. And that's just not true. And that came from people finding their groups, and on social media they found their mobs. They found comfort with like-minded people, and it was like two armies.
Isn't this exactly... We're talking about Julian Assange, which is one part of, freedom of expression, let's call it that. Some people will say he's a beacon there. Social media is another part of that.
Well, social media is just another form of communication, another outlet. It only amplifies things. You can't say, oh, this is terrible. There are idiots on Twitter, but there are idiots on the high street. You've got to go there, probably at the same percentage. It's just that now people feel they have a voice, right? Most people wouldn't say things to you in the street that they would on Twitter.
No, but you used to have in London, I don't know if you still have it, but you have this Hyde Park corner where people stood on boxes and spoke.
Yeah,
out,
which is great, but everyone...
But now we all got those boxes.
But they've all got those boxes.
All over the place.
Exactly, and people, that used to be almost like a bit of a tourist attraction because they were mad. Do you know what I mean? No one jumps on a box in Hyde Park and says something that's really... They're usually saying the end is nigh, or the aliens are coming, that's why I'm wearing tinfoil. And it's like, no one's going around, they know, that there's a forum for everything, and most people feel that they haven't got that forum, and now they have. Now everyone's a critic, everyone's a blogger, everyone's a journalist, And all it does is just amplifies it. Twitter is like being able to read every toilet wall in the world.
Do you have a neurotic side?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that about? What can make you neurotic?
Noises. It comes down... to cut a long story short, I know what it comes down to now. It comes down to me being a complete control freak. Because in art, you're God. In art, you can be a complete fascist, But you can't do that in normal life. So I walk into a restaurant and I think, well, that chair's in the wrong place. Why have they put the air conditioning there? Oh, they need the toilet. I do that, right? Someone can be eating soup. I'll go, we're moving. Noises... Anything, so noisy eaters.
Eaters?
Noisy eaters, people whistling for no reason. Anything can just ruin my day.
People chewing with the mouth open.
And I know it's my phobia, I know it's my neuroses, but it doesn't make it any better. I just think, I know I'm not allowed to go, will you stop fucking eating like that? So I have to leave. I know it's my problem, right? So I want to be in control.
Were you happy before you became what you are today?
Yeah, I suppose. I've always been happy. I was born in a very working class area. We didn't have any money. I was the youngest of 4. My dad was a labourer. Mum was a housewife. But everyone was in the same boat. I didn't sit around feeling sorry for myself. I didn't think this is all doom and gloom. I never sat around thinking, oh, when am I going to become an international comedian? You know? I just thought, I hope I don't die on the way to school.
People recognize you, and you, of course, all over the world. Are you aware of it all the time?
Not so much in the very beginning. You know, when I first came to London, even my first plane ride was to Los Angeles, first of all, and then I came to London, and I didn't realize what the popularity of the show was, and you put it all together eventually. But, you know, and people are pretty cool to me. They never really been that, except for the stalker in Stockholm.
Except for the
guy who lit my room on fire.
In Stockholm. He was naked.
And he was naked.
You never had
naked. You could tell immediately this is not a sort of person you want to deal with. You know what I mean? He wasn't a sneaky stalker like normal for the first couple of years. He's like a man following you naked. He's mental. You know, at least he did you a favour there, I think. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, he was not chasing, just walking behind you?
No. He came into a hotel and he lit my room on fire, and then he packed a bag for him and I, and then
this was
he was
while
found
she was a guest
naked.
on my show.
And I was on his show. I came back to the hotel and it was evacuated because he had broken into the room through the adjoining door.
So...
He was covered in Vaseline, too. He was covered in oil. He was covered in oil.
Covered in oil as well?
Wait a minute. So this guy... So,
first offence, he only got 4 days in jail.
4 days in jail. So how old was he? How old was this guy?
Oh, this is like 40 something.
So 40 years old. So he checked in the hotel knowing you were there?
Yes. I saw him in the hallway the day before, and he said, come to my room in English. So that's why the police were like, oh, no, he knew you. He knew who you were.
And then he broke into your room when you were not there.
Right.
That's something,
I was
at
there.
least. Yeah, OK.
He lit it on fire.
Lit it on fire?
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. I don't think he was thinking straight.
He doesn't know what he's doing?
No, I don't know. No.
He doesn't know whether he's a stalker or an arsonist.
No, but he had the 2 bags. Yeah. And a kidnapper.
How many crimes can I do in 10 minutes? He was in the Guinness Book of Records. Oh, my God.
I know, it's terrible. It's hard to laugh at, but it was
what I like about it is, he's not even a very good stalker, because he went, right, she's out. You know? Right, just dance around in the room naked. That's a terrible stalker. She's coming back. It's ridiculous. So, how did you know he was naked? Someone found him there?
No, I saw pictures.
Why was he took pictures?
The police officers did, but they took him and they had to wrap him in plastic to bring him out, and he was 6'4".
Plastic to keep him fresh. Hold on, wait a minute. So this is a 40-year-old man who sees you in the hall and says.
No, but he checked in. Yeah, there was probably a longer story, but yeah,
right.
He ended up getting into.
And he said, "Oh, it's Pamela Anderson off Baywatch. How could I impress her?" Right. I'll wait till she goes out for a start, and then I'll start my plan. Right. All I need is matches. Right. So hold on.
It was pretty
so
scary.
then he went into your room through the adjoining door. So did he know? So he knew.
He broke through the door. Yes.
He broke through the door, but he had that room next door, presumably.
Yeah, no, he got the room next door.
Right.
Yeah.
He set the room on fire.
You're so thorough on this.
But why did he set the room on fire? Just because he was mad, I suppose.
I think he was mad. Yeah. Well,
he probably took his clothes off because he was hot.
He was covered in oil, and he was looking through my girlfriend's camera.
Hold on.
Yeah, just
Right. He was covered in oil.
Yes. This is.
People do horrendous things to be famous. It's ludicrous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ludicrous.
So, do you have this self-awareness that when you're like in a restaurant, as you mentioned, you need to be especially polite, you need to tip well, you need to, because
honestly,
people are telling them
being famous for me is like believing in God. I think everyone will find, you know, someone's watching you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very aware that. Someone came up to me the other day in a restaurant. I'm in a restaurant, and it's usually safe restaurants. People respect that, right? And someone came up to me like this, right? I'm sitting there, and they just came up with their phone. Everyone's got a camera, and they just went like this. They went...
I know, isn't that odd? They do that.
Didn't look at me, didn't ask. And, the secret one as well, when you see people like that, they've just got their phone like that.
Yeah.
I want to go... Why you do it? Just ask. You can have a selfie. You can have a picture.
And you have to be polite. And you still
have to be polite because they're filming it.
Yeah.
So I never want to lose it because that's what that's what they want. Particularly the paps. They want you to do something.
Yeah.
You know. So you don't give them what they want.
Ricky Gervais, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, mình xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình trong buổi sáng ngày hôm nay. Xin cảm ơn các bạn đã dành thời gian theo dõi đến kênh của mình. Xin chúc các bạn mạnh khỏe, hạnh phúc và bình an trong cuộc sống. Trong video lần này, mình cũng muốn giới thiệu với các bạn cái sản phẩm mình đang cầm ở trên tay đây. Đó là một trong những quả lọc nước, mà những cái máy lọc nước là bây giờ cũng rất chi là phổ biến, thông dụng cho tất cả những người dân. Hình như nhà nào cũng phải có một cái chiếc máy lọc nước để tạo ra những cái chất khoáng cũng như là nóng lạnh và sự canxi O của nước, đâm ra là rất quan trọng, bởi cái nước là chúng ta hãy sử dụng sinh hoạt hàng ngày. Thế đâm ra là hôm nay mình cũng muốn giới thiệu với tất cả các bạn một số chi tiết về chất lượng của các loại máy, cũng như là cái cách thay quả lọc nước để cho các bạn nắm được và một số cơ bản. Thưa với các bạn, là máy lọc nước là cũng có rất là nhiều các loại máy lọc nước ở trên thị trường bây giờ. Đấy. Cũng có loại thì máy thì NO, loại máy thì Benta, loại máy Ezon, nói chung là rất chi là nhiều các loại máy. Mỗi một máy thì cũng nhà thiết kế được thiết kế mỗi một mẫu, một loại nó khác nhau. Đấy. Thì cũng có loại máy thì làm hình tủ có cánh để thay những quả lọc này để tạo khoáng và làm cho sấy nước nó sạch để chúng ta sử dụng. Còn cũng có loại máy thì mini thì chúng ta đặt ở những trên bàn uống nước hoặc là những cái góc nhà, rất chi là nhỏ gọn, rất thẩm mỹ, không cồng kềnh và rất chi là đẹp. Và có những cái loại máy thì chúng ta không chạy bằng điện và chỉ cần là chạy những lực ép của nước từ trên tầng hoặc là trên cao xuống thì máy cũng có thể hoạt động bình thường. Đấy. Cho nên là chúng ta cũng không tốn tiền điện. Như trước cũng những cái chiếc quả lọc nước mà mình đang cầm đây, đó là chiếc máy của nhà mình, nó chạy bằng điện 220V, cắm vào thì mới chạy được, không phải là dùng lực ép nước như các máy kia. Thế thì mỗi một máy nó có một cái công thức và một cái tác dụng nó khác nhau rất chi là nhiều. Vì vậy nên là các bạn tự chọn khi đến những cái chỗ điện máy xay hay là những cái chỗ siêu thị hoặc là những cái chỗ chợ mà bán những cái quả lọc nước này, để cho các bạn tham khảo cũng như tìm hiểu về cái máy của nhà mình và so với máy của người khác, xem là chất lượng nước nên dùng những cái máy nào thì cho nó tốt hơn. Thế thì trong video lần này, như các bạn cũng đã quan sát trên tay của mình đây, là cũng đang cầm một quả lọc nước gọi là quả số 1 các bạn nhé. Đấy, quả số 1. Thì trên những cái hình biểu tượng thì các bạn cũng quan sát đây. Đấy, cũng rất chi là đầy đủ những chi tiết. Đấy, từ tạo ozone hay là những cái thương hiệu của nhà máy. Đấy, cũng như là cơ sở của sản xuất. Và đây là công dụng thì là loại bỏ các cặn bẩn ở trong nước